Hey everybody, if you ever wished that you could automate your LinkedIn outreach, grow your connections, and build your team up, Octopus CRM might become your best friend. I'm going to show you how I use this tool to grow my LinkedIn connections, how you can use it to not only connect with people, message them, visit them, endorse them. So go ahead and sit back. We're going to start out at ground zero, and I'm going to show you how to build this tool one step at a time. Everyone knows I'm Eric. Good to talk to you again. Okay, so let's start on a regular LinkedIn page. So I have a page here where I did a search on all of my CHROs that I know. So the first thing you want to do is ensure that you have the Octopus extension loaded into Chrome. So here's mine. It lives up here in this little toolbar. If you don't have it loaded, you can click on this little extension that looks like a puzzle piece. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you can say Manage Extensions. Click on Manage Extensions, and then inside of the search window, you want to look for Octopus All-in-One LinkedIn Automation Tool. You will have a button here that says Load It. You load it, you slide the little slide over, and activate it. Once you're in, you're going to use it, and the first step we're going to do is we're going to use this to connect to new people that we don't know yet. So one of the first things you would do if you were a human and just in LinkedIn is you would probably visit someone's profile. So I'm going to come back to LinkedIn. I'm going to look for all these CHROs that I know, and I'm going to say, show me all of the second level CHROs. So now I have a list of 100 pages long of second level CHROs that I might be connected to. So let's go ahead and fine tune this. I'm going to say Michigan. So now my list will be fine-tuned. I'm down to 44 pages. Okay, well, let's also look at, you can click on all filters and pull more detailed filters up. I'm also going to look at and say, show me everybody who is a past company was PepsiCo. Well, that only gave me what, 5 people. That's because I've done so much fine tuning. Let's take the Michigan off. Okay, now I have perfect 43 pages of people who worked at Pepsi at one point in time and are now a CHRO somewhere. I like this list. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come into Octopus. I'm going to go to Connect. I'm going to create a new campaign. Let's call this PepsiCo CHROs. Now I want to scrape 1,000. So when I click Send to CRM, Octopus extension is going to scrape the first 1,000 of these CHROs and put them into this campaign for me. So we'll click this off and we'll say chug, 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 compute, compute. Okay. This is a fairly quick step in the process. What I really like about this is it's really targeted now. So I now have a targeted list. So let's open our CRM. There's two ways you can do that. You can click on this button down here, or you can see I already had it open in this little window. Let's go ahead and click there, and I get my transfer report. So I had 392 out of the 1,000 profiles were transferred in. A lot of this is because I do this search a lot, so this list has been picked over, but that's good. So I now have 392. I now have 392 CHROs who at one point in time worked at Pepsi over here ready to go. So we're going to type a connection request here. So I will come to ChatGPT And let me drag it over onto this screen so you can see what I'm going to do. And I'm using ChatGTP 5, and I'm going to say, acting as a LinkedIn influencer in the HR and labor relations space. Let's actually make that a little bit better. I am a LinkedIn influencer in the HR labor relations space. I run the interim and fractional HR practice for the Christopher Group. As a part of growing our interim practice, I want to connect with HR thought leaders. I am sending a connection request to 400 CHROs who also have a Pepsi, who are also Pepsi alumni. Please write a 1-sentence punchy introduction email to accompany the connection request in my voice. So I've done a couple different things here in how I'm prompting ChatGTP. The first thing I did was I gave it some context into who I am, and it's got my history so it knows me, but this is the role that I'm working in right now. So this is very important. Then I gave it some context around what I'm trying to do right now. So I'm running this practice, and as a part of growing this practice, I want to connect with these HR thought leaders. Then I gave it some details about these connection requests, and please write this 1-sentence punchy introductory email to accompany these connections and write it in my voice. So let's see what the robots give us. Okay, so as a fellow Pepsi alumni now leading the interim and fractional practice at the Christopher Group, I'd love to connect and exchange ideas on HR leadership and labor relations. Okay, make this a little more personal. Use their name and new company / role, or that's actually called position. So now we'll see what this comes up with. Hi, first name. As a fellow Pepsi alumni, now leading the interim and fractional practice at the Christopher Group, I wanted to congratulate you on your role as blank at blank and connect to share ideas on HR leaderships and labor relations. Okay, I like that. It's personal. It's punchy. So we'll come back here, we'll drop it in, and we're going to have to get rid of that. And then, okay, so now these are, obviously, you can drop those in, right? And that's going to be coded field. I wanted to congratulate you on your role as at. Get rid of that. Okay, so I now have a fairly personal connection request. I've got 400 people over here that I want to send it to. I come to this box here. Always make sure you're on the right campaign. And I'm going to say 400 because I know there's 400 in there. And I'm going to click on launch. Now, before I click launch, I'm going to come up here and I'm going to close my LinkedIn window. I have no other LinkedIn windows open. So what this is going to do now is Octopus is going to process each of these profiles by hand, and it's going to take its time. So it puts a delay in here to appear human. So it opened another tab, and it's using the Chrome web window to make these connections. So it opened Anthony Austin's profile and it sent a connection request. Now it's going to pause because no human would sit there and go connect, 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 connect. Now it'll get the next one will come up. Oh, this is the first time I've ever gotten flagged. So my note's too long. So let's tweak our note. But I'm very surprised. It says I still have 46 characters left. So this is kind of how I've developed these skills. You're going to have to try something, it breaks. You try something else, it might break. So you have to kind of play with it. Let's just try taking this off. And then we'll just relaunch it. So you got to be okay with trying something. If it breaks, try something else. If you get stuck on something, just call me directly and we'll work on it together. But now Jason Clifford. Now, perfect. What will happen is this will run. When this gets to the end, it will stop and I'll have a list here of everybody who was processed. In the next video, I'm going to show you how you pull that list out and turn it into a Google Sheet so you'll have some connection for who you connected to. But if you go look in your messaging box, and mine's a mess, but you can see, so this Laura Lawson was part of a different campaign. So I had a campaign that ran for Laura, and it was this, I asked her to join this Rockstar group, and it went through and gave her the link to go join. This popping up means it just hit her screen. You'll also see, here's one that I sent out to James Faxon. So James is the head of talent at New Kudo. I told him I'm this. Now he connected back. He's happy to connect. If you don't mind, let's move it to email. Send me an email here and we can schedule a meeting time. So now I can click on that and send him out an email to connect. This is my workflow. This is the process. This should get you started. If you have any questions, just ping me and we will dig into these a little bit deeper. All right, that's today's lesson from the corner office. I'm Eric, and thank you for tuning in.